few months ago, my friends at Polar sent me the Vantage V, and not long after that, they sent me the Grit X. I had ample time to review the Vantage V, and just as I was starting to fall in love with the Grit, they sent me this, the new and improved Vantage V2. So, since I've only had it a few weeks, let's take a quick first look at all the new features. Now, I'm going to try to keep this short, but that might be hard because the V2 is really a huge leap ahead of the V1. If you're looking at either one or the Grit, then there's a good chance you're more than just a casual athlete. You're competitive, you like to challenge yourself, you have 2 or 3 big events on your calendar, and you're probably in the middle of a training program that needs all the measurable results it can get. But at the same time, your biggest challenge is maintaining the balance between real life, training, and recovery. And if you take the time to learn how this watch works and then listen to what it tells you, I think that balance will be much easier to achieve. So let's go through the specific features and updates that I think will help. Keep in mind that I'm viewing this through the eyes of a cyclist, not a runner. So I may leave a few things out that I just don't find relevant. Up first, you get a host of testing options, running and cycling performance, fitness, orthostatic, and leg recovery. The cycling test has 20, 30, 40, and 60-minute options. And in concert with your power meter, it will triangulate your functional threshold power, or FTP, and the V2 can also estimate your VO2 max and your watts per kilogram. The leg recovery test is as simple as jumping up and down 3 times, and you can use it to determine when your legs are recovered enough for an optimal speed or strength workout. This will also influence how the cool FitSpark feature prescribes your daily cross-training workouts, and it also factors into the training load feature, which helps paint a comprehensive picture of the individual status of your cardio load, your muscle load, and your perceived effort. But perhaps the biggest leap forward for the V2 is the improved sleep tracking, which combines the training data with the data collected by the Sleep Plus Stages feature to spit out a nightly recharge measurement, all of which is displayed in the Polar Flow app. Sounds like a lot, I know, but I promise that once you dive into the process and setup of the Vantage V2, it all becomes pretty intuitive. But before I go, let's take a quick look at the watch itself. The aluminum case is entirely new and significantly lighter than before. When you look at the V1 and V2 side by side, you can actually see where they've shaved weight here and there. The HR sensor has been updated as well, and you also get onboard music controls, which is really cool if you're using AirPods or any other Bluetooth device that doesn't have a volume control. But what none of the press from Polar highlights is the new inner surface of the band. And to me, this is probably the one feature that really puts the V2 over the top. It seems to be a little less flexible than the V1 band, but because it's not textured, it's actually a lot more comfortable. To be honest, I really couldn't sleep in the V1. It was just uncomfortable enough to be noticeable. The inner surface of the V2 has a Teflon-like feel, and when you combine that with the noticeably lower weight of the watch and the smoother back case as opposed to the knurled back case of the V1, it simply vanishes when you wear it to bed, making all that stuff I just mentioned entirely within reach and entirely usable. If you'd like to learn more about the Polar Vantage V2 or buy one for yourself, just click the link below. And while you're clicking, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you want to be notified of new content. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.